Hi everyone, it's Claire back again. It's been a while since I filmed a video. A lot of the videos that you've seen recently were pre-recorded before my holiday. But today we're going to catch up on the Compare and Destash series, and we're going to look at dark autumn fall yellows and that includes sort of mustard shades and a kind of dark peach terracotta, so kind of yellows and peaches, but the dark autumn version of those shades. So I've got 6 dark yellowy shades and 5 of the kind of peachy shades. I will be doing a dark orange autumn video, and I'm going to separate that into creams and glitters and hollows, that kind of thing. But in this video, let's focus on the yellows. So the first one, this is an untried actually. I picked this up very recently. This is Enchanted Sunflower Power, and I have swatched this in my haul video. But it's definitely more of a kind of mustardy, well, a sunflower yellow, but it's more of an autumn shade, I think. I definitely think that's more of an autumn yellow. It looks quite bright there actually, but it is a lot more muted than a bright yellow. I have got another Enchanted polish on the way that is yet another muted dark autumn yellow. I couldn't resist when I saw it on Instagram. It's pre-release, so I haven't received it yet, but it's called the Magic Bus from Enchanted Polish. This next one is quite a dark yellowy gold, and it's called Don't Hate the Player, Hate the Game, and it's from the Bad Boys 2 collection. I think this is going to be quite a bit darker. Oh, surprisingly, it's very close. Now they don't look that close in the bottle. That's so strange, because in the bottle they don't look that similar at all. But they really do on the swatch wheel. Oh, that's going to be difficult. I didn't know they were so similar. So next are a couple of mustard creams, and this one is Hampstead Gardens from Nails Inc. And this is quite a dark, like a English mustard. It's actually making me quite hungry. It's a sort of caramel, mustard, yellow, and it's very opaque. So that's Hampstead Gardens from Nails Inc. This one looks quite similar, but I don't think as deep, but I might be surprised. This is Mustard the Courage from China Glaze. Yeah, no, it's not as dark as the Nails Inc. And it's much more of a mustard shade. The Nails Inc is more of a kind of toffee caramel shade. Back to the holographics. These two actually, they don't quite fit into the dark peach category, and they're too pale for the burnt oranges. So, but they are muted and they're kind of dark to me. They look like sort of dark peach shades. This one here is China Glaze Accent Piece. I know this was sent to me, but I can't remember whether it was George or Debbie. So it's a kind of shimmery, muted, yellowy, kind of autumn peach. It does look a kind of, I don't know, it's like in between a mustard and a peach. So that's Accent Piece. And then this one here was sent to me by Nika, not my vault. I'll have to, at some point, calculate how much of my collection is now just polishes that people have sent to me. Probably quite a bit, quite a high percentage. So this is Not My Vault, and it is that kind of mustardy, orangey, yellowy shade. And it's got a beautiful holographic. It's a beautiful holographic with a fantastic formula. I'm really surprised at these two. The holographic is different. It's much more of a super hollow on the Ada's Nails. Little bit more of a kind of scattered hollow. But I'm surprised that they are so similar. I definitely don't need a backup of either of them. Okay, so let's move on to the kind of peachy terracotta, but to me, perfect autumn shades. I feel like I've got a few here that are quite similar as well. So let's start off. This one is a new purchase from the Rocky Rose collection. This is set in sandstone, which, if you can remember, I picked this up because it reminded me of Taj Mahal, which was a polish that I failed to guess in the Guess the Polish challenge, or one of the ones that I failed to guess with Mrs. Cronall. But that is a beautiful kind of autumnal peachy shade. I'm hoping that you can see that and it doesn't look too bright, but it is really quite muted. That's set in sandstone. This one here, which I've just dropped, is Freedom of Peach from OPI. This was from the Washington collection, and I think this is going to look quite similar. Oh no, it's a little bit darker than Set in Sandstone, but still quite similar. This one here is, it's actually from the Stoned Crystal Shimmer collection, but the label, I had to, it came off because I had to clean this bottle. It was from TK Maxx and it was in a complete state, and it was sort of, you know, in the bargain bin, because it was in a real mess. But so I rescued it and cleaned it up, and this is Claymy. That's the colour, a clay type of orangey peach. But yeah, that is from the Stoned Crystal Shimmer collection. And then these two here, this one is V, and this is another one that I picked up from TK Maxx. It was actually weirdly in a box of 3, but it was just, the price of it was just like one China glaze. That is very similar to these two. Oh, this is going to be difficult. I don't even know. I don't think I wear this shade that often. But I know that I really enjoyed wearing Set in Sandstone recently. And finally, this is much darker. This is Yank My Doodle. This is kind of tipping into an orange shade. But to me, it still looked that terracotta clay peach shade, but it's just a little bit darker. These are fantastic shades, I think, for autumn. So definitely on the yellow, peachy, dusky peachy side. So I'm going to do a second coat on everything. It's going to be difficult, I think, to make any destashes today, but we will see. Okay, that's a second coat on everything. As you can see, the shade is very similar on these two, but the holographic is super blingy on Don't Hate the Player, Hate the Game from Ada's Nails. So I'm actually, believe it or not, even though I've literally only just picked this up, this is Sunflower Power from Enchanted. I am actually going to destash this one and keep the Ada's Nails. They're just too similar, I think, in shade, and I prefer this one. I really now regret picking this up and forgetting that I had this one. Yeah, so there you go, impulse shopping. This one here, I think, clashes with me just a little bit too much. So I'm going to destash the Nails ink, but I'm going to keep mustered the courage because it's a little bit, if you can see what I mean there, that just does, no. Whereas this, you can actually see it. Somehow my skin tone seems to just sort of drown this out and clashes terribly. But this one, I think, isn't too bad. So I'm going to keep Mustard the Courage. I am going to destash Accent Piece. I'll pass that on, I think, just because, yeah, it's a little bit too tangerine for me. But I am going to keep Not My Vault. It's just tipping into, it's very holographic, and it's just tipping into a kind of orangey shade. So then we move to the sandy, dark, dusty peaches. I'm definitely going to keep Satin Sandstone from the Rocky Rose collection. I struggled actually with this one, Freedom of Peach. Seems quite similar to V from China Glaze, but V has just got a little bit more pink in it. So I think I am going to keep both of them, but I'm going to destash. No, actually, I'm going to keep Clay Me from Sinful Colours because of the shimmer, and I'm going to destash Freedom of Peach because they're very similar shades. So destashing Freedom of Peach and keeping Clay Me for the shimmer. And also I did kind of rescue this polish, so this one I'm going to keep because it has just got a little bit of pink in it, and that's V from China Glaze. And I'm also going to keep Yank My Doodle because it's definitely terracotta. It really is almost tipping into the burnt orange, but I've got some much darker burnt oranges coming up in the next video. So I'm going to be destashing these 4, and these 7 polishes will be staying in my collection. So let me know what you think of these shades. They really, especially all together like that, really make me think of autumn. Let me know if you're a fan of burnt dusky yellows and peach kind of terracotta shades, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.